Hey folks, thanks for tuning into this Tackle Tip Tuesday. I've had a few questions lately. Guys are just seeing this, people do this, they're asking about it. And it's just real, it doesn't get much easier than this, dragging jigs. You know, so you'll see this is great on river systems. It doesn't get any easier than this. It's so simple. Same kind of philosophy as pulling a Lindy rig type thing or even a bottom bouncer, but in this case, you're putting that bait right on the bottom with your jig, and that jig's just a little color to help them find it. So rivers, you know, these walleye in these rivers are notorious for being tight to the bottom. Early spring, this is really good when you're going really slow, real subtle, just drifting downstream with the current and tossing that jig back and just dragging it on the bottom. So the deeper you get, the bigger the jig you're gonna need, or the faster the current, the heavier jig you're gonna need to maintain bottom contact. If you're doing this upstream, you're gonna have to let a lot more line. If I'm in 10 foot or less, I like an 1/8 to a quarter. If I can get away with a 1/4 ounce, even in 20 foot, I will. You know, a 3/16 is perfect if you can ever find it. And a stand up, you know, here's a stand up jig. So when that thing's dragging on bottom, it's keeping that minnow up off bottom just a little bit. And keeping it clean. You can easily get away with just a ball jig. I got one on right here, just caught a couple with it. That's it. It doesn't get any easier than that. Drift downstream, toss it back till you maintain bottom contact. Your rod should kind of be loading, you know, bouncing non-stop going downstream in a sense. Means you got good bottom contact. Just kind of lift it once in a while. Upstream, if you're not seeing that rod move, you got to let more line out or put a heavier jig. So when you're not going vertical, when you need to get that line away from the bait, especially shallow because it's clean water, just drag them. So I always have a dead stick out dragging a jig while I'm casting, and it's going to catch a lot of fish as well. So that's real simple as that. You know, stand-up jigs work great for dragging. Put it out there and stick it in the rod holder and just let it ride. So that's your tackle tip this Tuesday.